coming. He's probably caught up a little bit. We'll catch him up, get through some preliminaries and stuff. That's okay. Todd, if you would call roll.
Dickie Kidner,
Here.
Bobby Westbrook,
Here.
Todd Peterson here, Mayor Chris Treat,
Here.
Mayor Mike Kemp,
Here.
Jason Temple,
Here.
Kim Couples, Jamie Reagan, and Jeff Nally on behalf of Tyler Hensley
Here.
for the city of Tulsa.
Yes.
All right, we have 7 out of 9.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Declare this meeting open for business. This is our May 28th, 2026 meeting. And everybody had a chance to look at the minutes. Any discussion? Anything to talk about in there? We'll take a minute. I would entertain a motion to accept those.
So moved.
Is that motion for the April 23rd and the May 12th special meeting?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good, yes, both.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, thank you. Financial report. Ms. Rhonda, when you get ready.
Are y'all good?
Good.
Into the mail hack club.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
Touche.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing really earth shattering in the report that y'all got. Your running total is down to about 2.6 million. You can see what we're billing, and I will let you know that on the American Rescue Plan Act billing sheet, you get down there, the check number was supposed to be 3118 for Chris Engineers, 175,000. I had no internet. Don't ask me what Starlight was doing, but I was about to go bomb the place. They left me for 4 days without internet. I was about to cry. When you work from home, it's pretty miserable. I really do.
Yes, so.
Anyway, so I made that mistake and couldn't fix it, and I told him, I said, we'll just tell them, check. So you can see that. The financial report as of April 30, 2026, you'll see your easement acquisition account. There, ended up with $220,000, and that balance, there were a couple of very large checks that went out the very 1st of May, but we have received back in a very large check this week. Everything's covered, and we have another check that the bill, I mean, I was sending her bills last month like crazy, so we could get this stuff, and we've got another $85,000 that's on the way, and then I'll be doing another billing of easements that aren't on your sheet that have just happened in the last day or so. I'll have another 150,000 or so to go out. You can see that there. You see our general operating account ended with 253,000. Our first service money market meter fee account, we're at the 63, but remember we loaned some money to our easement account. It's reflected there. And then the gateway CD. The financial position matches that. There really isn't. There was nothing really earth-shattering in it. What I did want to share with you was on the notes. They signed the agreement with the CPAs to start audit for 2025 tonight. I've got the bank letters that they've signed to go out for bank confirmations, and they have asked me for a couple of things that I've already given to them, so we're starting that audit. And this is along the same time frame as what we did last year, maybe actually a percent earlier. So that is rolling. Y'all have asked me about expenses going forward, and asked me about that in the past. What I looked at was the past 16 months on our operating expenses and just averaged it because they are kind of up and down. And, there's a few consistent things, and then there's some that go up and down, like what Chris may be doing that month or whatever. And averaged out to $134,000 a month. I kind of expected it to be between 100 and 150, but averaged out $134,000. What's cool is for y'all to understand, this means we will probably bill right about $1 million between now and the end of December. when the ARPA money happened, leaving us about 1.6 million available for easement. The nice report that he's gonna share with you tonight, looks like we have about 1.7 million left to purchase an easement.
Good.
So, we're tracking
Mhm.
well. I hope that makes y'all.
That's what I was looking for. I appreciate you thinking,
Yeah.
covering that.
I know y'all have been asking for that, so I want to make sure that I brought you some concept on the numbers there. Those are average expenditures, and of course, the whole easement thing is totally dependent. Sean is working his tail off, I know, he and
Him, Terry.
and everybody is, and so they're coming along, and that gives you a snapshot of that piece between now and the end of December. Are there any other questions? If not, I
Oh,
will submit this to y'all.
Okay.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you very much, good
Yep.
report.
Yep.
Wait, motion approved, pass report.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Old business, we don't have much tonight, we're gonna try to move along, beat the rain. Update on easement acquisition. Sean, when you get ready, come on up, and this one you're gonna talk about is one big one, you and Perry worked hard on this, and I'll need to amend it, and there's a big amount of money saved on this project. Yeah. Good job.
That's the biggest thing that we're talking about tonight, I think,
Yes, sir.
with Perry securing the for sale property.
Mhm.
That does give you your pipe stem all the way out to Congress, so your roads, your easements, your
Yep.
everything intra-wise is facilitated through that.
Mm,
That's a big deal.
that's big, that
Good
is.
work.
Yeah.
Matt was trying to pull up a map, we got a little bit of an updated map. It's all right. So good. You can see though on the sheet that I handed out, there's about $250,000 worth of easement slot since I talked to you last. So, easements are going good. I wouldn't say they're going great, but they're going good. We've got some people that are a little bit opposed to some things, so we'll try to work them out. If not, we'll let Perry work them out.
That's right. We talked about that a little bit yesterday.
Yes, sir. So we've gotten some stuff back from Volker on three easements that they're kind of at a standstill on. So, I'll give it a shot and then hand them off to Perry.
Like it.
And I have some thoughts on some of that. I'm not gonna share just quite yet, but I think I've got some things that could maybe work out on some of that, so we'll see.
Hey, look, not to change subject, let me ask you about one, I can't remember his name, but he called me last week, a day or two, and I can't remember his name, he was a little bit upset. He said he would not be no part of giving up an easement. And, I told him, I said, well, we're working hard to try to be nice to everybody and do what we can for them, to keep from having legal problems. And he said, I'm just not gonna do it, my friend. I said, okay. I said, would you call Mr. Sean Jackson? I gave him your number. And I said, if you don't, get satisfaction from him, I said, he's a good man. He'll try to work with you like all of us do. And I said, then we'll, call me back, we'll do something else and try to figure this out. But I think you'll like it. And I can't remember his name.
I called him while I was down on vacation, so
You-
I'll
were
talk
you
to him
on-
next week.
My bad.
It's all good. No, it's all
Well,
good. But I did, yeah, I talked to him.
okay.
He wasn't happy, but I think, I don't know if he understands the magnitude.
He does not.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
okay.
out there has bent his ear in the wrong direction, and I didn't get into that with him.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
knew you would. Okay.
Yeah, we'll work some of that. All right, so you can see the green that's starting to build from the very bottom left is Highway 70. And
Mhm.
so all of that Baber property, it goes up, makes the connection all the way over to View Road, no, what's the name, I always forget the name.
That's right.
Is it Mountain View Road? I think it's.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. There it is, Sean.
Right, so we just have a couple of little pieces, Mr. Duke's one of them, Mr. Denier's one of them. Mr. Denier just called me just a few minutes ago, had a question about the notary, so.
Yeah, keep talking.
If he's questioning the notary and how to do that, then he's okay and he's getting ready to sign.
Yeah,
That's a good thing,
yeah,
but you can see how it's building, once we get up to that next section in yellow, it'll be some Benton School District stuff, Mr. Mowdy's stuff, and then getting on over to Jack.
Mhm.
So that's gonna fill in pretty quick. There's
Sure.
big chunks of easement, so. But you can see how it's starting to build
Yeah.
there, so.
What about my dentist? Is he still working where he says he is?
He's been working good.
Okay, Dr. Fox, yes.
Yes, sir. I emailed him his easement yesterday.
Good, really?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, he's fine fellow.
Keeps you smiling. Keeps that pretty smile, is that what
Keep
you're saying?
that pretty smile. You know what he asked me? He had me in a chair working on me. And he talks about easement all the time. And he said, I've got a special request before I give you that easement. I said, okay. He said, how about a new car? I said, well, let me tell you the way I handle it. I will tell the committee or our attorney and see where it goes, but I will pass it on. I don't say no. He's good folks.
But no, it's, easements are going good.
Yeah.
It's just there's a few that are being contentious. You know, you can see, there's not a lot of yellow in some of these. Getting a lot better.
Yeah.
This is the intake to TSR.
And some of these here, like I've talked to George, George is good, they're slow as molasses.
Yeah. They're famous for
I
that.
can say about that.
They are.
But it's all good. I mean, they're happy with it. They were getting with their attorney to send us a letter saying, hey, we just want y'all to sign it. Says we're a mining company. We're not responsible for your pipeline. That's the next step. So that'll come to y'all.
Yeah.
You know, if we get that.
They do that, their main boss, owner person, if they make a mistake that doesn't work, it comes back on them hard. So
I've sat across the table from him several times.
I get it,
He's a good guy.
yeah.
But anyway, any questions on easements?
Just real quick, yeah, I think you probably told me this, I know you probably have. The 96, that is the total number of easements, period, that number will not go up.
That's a Brett thing.
I know,
That's the number of parcels.
Yeah.
okay, right,
Yeah.
so, because I know you said, like yesterday, during, you said I still have 10 or so to generate. That number won't go from 96 to 106, you've
No.
already included, okay,
Yeah, we counted all the way down.
okay, thank you. Just
And
making
so
sure.
once he gets that last batch to me and we make that mail out, that'll be everything mailed out. So everybody.
What we done to the water?
So all easements will have been mailed out at that point. And then we'll just have to start working.
We'll be a couple days, you know, Perry to review on.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
No pressure, Gary.
Monday.
We won't mail them on Monday then.
No,
We can get it Saturday, we need to have Monday morning.
I think so. You could do that. But no, I do want to commend Perry though on getting the for sales at that price and getting that secured. That was
Yes, sir.
good. So,
Thank you.
anyway, any questions?
No, really like it. Nice format.
Yeah, we gotta try to get there. We'll try.
Keep getting better.
If we could get 250 a month,
uh-huh.
close.
All right, thank you, Sean. Engineer, design status, work
Yeah.
status,
We're straight, I mean, we got, I told Todd, when I saw,
when I saw her, notes on the financial statement, it said $134,000 a month. And I called Todd, I was like, that's not gonna hold for me. Like, I mean, my building went up this month to $175,000. I mean, I've engaged all the big dogs now. I got structural engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, which one? The architect. I got all the full load of engineering work on this. And so I'm getting a lot of bills from them that I'm having to include in my building. So, I mean, that 175 is probably gonna be the norm. If not, it might could go up from there for the next few months. But we've got a lot of stuff done. I'm ready to start meeting with the technical review committee. Jason, I spoke about that briefly earlier. We're really moving, and this, I mean, the intake is pretty much finished. I mean, the intake is pretty much designed, and the only thing we're lacking there is, some mechanical engineering work, the structure is done, floor plan's done, the structure is done, the architect's done, the site plan is done, yard plan is done, all that stuff's done. We're really close on that. The pipeline work, so our design on pipeline work, we've broken the pipeline work into 5 different contracts. So we have from the intake to the reservoir, it's 2 contracts. We've broken those into 2 roughly equal in value contracts. And then we have a contract from the reservoir to the Highway 70 crossing, let's say the interstate. That's 1 contract. We have a contract from interstate all the way to Benton Waterfront. So that one includes the Benton Spur, is what we call it. We have a 3rd contract from where it turns to go to Benton, from that T to the water treatment plant. So, I mean, we've got so many construction contracts we have doing. Intake, TSR1, TSR2, reservoir, gravity line 1, gravity line 2, gravity line 3, water treatment plant. Clear well, elevated tank, finished water storage, finished water transmission line. We have 11 construction contracts. And we've got various people working on all those right now. They're in various stages. So I need to come meet with you about a connection into your system and toll and so that's on our to-do list. And then we need to come meet with Dickie and Vernon about the connection to your system.
Yes, sir. And he's back and he's ready.
Yeah, and then I've got LeBron people that good. I see all the time and keep them in. So got everything fully planned out. Everything is coming together. I mean, we have 11 construction contracts, so it's a lot. So, it's really interesting to see how the financing comes together, to see how we have to bid this thing. I don't want to bid all 11 construction contracts at one time.
Right.
We don't need to. I mean, we can spread that out over time. The water treatment plant is the longest contract, right? So I've got like, I think I have 28 months on that contract, maybe 30, I can't remember. And so that's the critical path. Starting that as early as possible. And during that 30-month period, we'll be starting and finishing multiple other contracts. You've seen the chart. So the financing is going to dictate how we have to do it. And if we have to whip you up whip you for some, and go to the state for some, and how's it all going to come together? But we're just trying to get it all shovel ready. So we'll be ready to go bid in whatever order that we have to meet the financial. I know that there's obligations. You go to the private bond market, you can do whatever. You can go get 3 different tranches of money and step them out however you want to best suit your project. That's what we did in Hot Springs. But when you're going with these other sources of funds, we're not going to be able to do that. I mean, there's kind of get the financial part here, but That's our money, they wanna know the whole thing's in budget before they give you any money. Well, you get bid all of them the same day. Or, and we're not bidding 11 jobs in one day. That's crazy, man. So we've had to bid them over, you know, a 4-day period or something. It's pretty unique situation, but I'm here. That's what I love.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to mention to you is, I want to take you guys to the hot spring water plant. You've heard me talk about this. The water plant's finished, it's in operation. Spit shine and perfect time to go see it.
Good.
And I really want to go before I start really get going with you guys, so you'll have
Visual.
a visual. And it's not exactly the same, but it's similar. But you'll have a visual for it. So, I'm gonna throw out there about, could we go Monday afternoon? And I'm talking about 4 days from now. Next Monday afternoon. Or do we need to put a time out? That's the only day I can go next week. Or we need to put a time out later on. How can we schedule this too soon? I just wanted to start getting it in your head about going down
Which Monday? This coming Monday or Monday after next?
this coming Monday.
June 1st?
I know it's short notice, but I thought I'd throw it out anyway. Mayor's over here looking at me. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm out, but maybe I could send somebody in my place.
I got a good idea. No, we want Ted to go in for sure.
Okay.
He's gonna take over, definitely want him to go, we want you there.
John? Yeah.
Yes.
But, just an idea.
Don't worry. None of us want to ride with Ted though. because- Would you please pass
I
that
don't
on?
blame you one bit.
Very quick question outside the bubble. We're supposed to meet Monday evening. We can move that, if you can go Monday, we'll cancel that. I can do that. And then we'll meet Tuesday evening.
I'd love for you to go, can you go?
No, you're talking about something completely different.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with that. This is the same issue.
I'll do it on my own time. I don't see any value in consortium, but I can't do it Tuesday, so if we
Okay.
keep our Monday evening appointment,
We'll keep that.
push it back later then.
Yeah. We'll just go ahead and do it Monday, because Jeff has to have a certain time. I'll take care of it.
We get to meet, all meet there at 1 o'clock and be back here about 4 o'clock.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, like I say,
I can make that happen.
you go, Todd, you,
Where?
Monday at 1 o'clock at Hot Springs,
Yeah, I'll just give you, probably the easiest thing is I'll just give you the address and once I'll meet there.
yeah, plug it in. It'll be at the
It's on the
lake
south side of
or
the lake.
close to it. You won't have far to go, get to.
Your address.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I want to go 1 o'clock. This is what this one will look, this is similar to what ours will look like.
So you gonna send an email or something?
Yeah, you put that out.
Just be sure Tyler gets it, because
Yeah.
he'll probably wanna go.
Yeah, all right, good.
And
Yeah.
make sure that Kim gets it, that,
If you want.
I think y'all have her on the record list.
Send it out.
Okay.
Shannon Hills.
If he sends it,
Or you can do it.
tomorrow.
You got-
He'll-
You get all the
I
board
won't be,
emails, send it out to the board, you can do that. Yeah, I don't need to do that.
We'll get somebody there, Nikki.
okay, but
I'll just say that to everybody, anybody,
Yeah. Okay.
we need Ted, I know, Mo, to go.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get them, you know. I think that the range should be kind of in depth of it.
Yeah.
What it looks like.
it's supposed to be a little bit.
So this is what the Saline Regional Water Authority's gonna look like, is that what you're?
It's gonna be similar.
It's similar,
We
very
just
similar
finished-
to everything we're gonna do.
We just finished a brand new water plant, Hot Springs, it went in operation last month.
Yeah.
And so we just finished it, it's the same size, but ours is better, because, you know, you live and you learn. But it'd be similar, but it'd be different, and I'll explain that, I'll explain that when we get there.
54-inch pipe going through the mouth. He can tell you all about that.
That won't be there.
No, it won't be there.
Yeah, I'll send out, an invite
Okay.
form.
Sounds good. Anything else? Any more questions for Matt? I have one. I made a note here while you were talking, and I'm gonna ask the board to, maybe put a motion in that if money ever gets tight at Chris, would you be sure that Brett is paid? We need motion, we need motion.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's saying that y'all paid off.
I didn't think that'd get out, man.
Why don't you give me paid?
I know. Okay, good deal. Good stuff. All right, Michael, when you get a chance, no more questions for Matt or anything, be sure before we leave that. Michael, if you will, just kind of touch on what we talked about yesterday and some of the things.
Well, I'm gonna go over it, and I'm gonna let Michael kind of interject when I mess up, so if you wanna come on up and then just kind of stand there, cause I'm sure
I like that, Todd.
you'll have more.
Add some color.
Yeah, you'll be able to give,
I like it.
but we did meet, yesterday. The first thing on the agenda is they decided to appoint a chair or, assign the chair to somebody, and I got assigned that position or appointed or elected, however you wanna.
You went to the bathroom, came back.
But then Leanne went over the indicative rating, where they're at. They started to create the model associated with being able to run the potential. They're actually, just real quick, they're meeting tomorrow, my understanding. Leanne or Jason, Matt and Perry, to make sure they understand when the dollars, will be needed to be spent. So starting to go through, when engineering will be completed, when the bids will go out, so that then, hey, this is when construction will start, so this is when, so they can start to run the models, plus the revenue associated with that. But they've already, Stephen's already started to look at 3 organizations. The first one they started to look at was Fitch for a potential rating. As they went through that, they found that it was not going to be a good fit. So they said Fitch is out, and it has to do with, because of the way our agreements are set, that we do not actually pay until we start receiving water, and Fitch has dealt with that previously on another project, so they immediately said that was not a good fit. They are currently working with and talking to S&P and going through that, and think they found a one that is potentially the same in Florida. So they're still continuing to work through that. Then, if that, they hope to know something about that within a week or so. If that does not work out well, then we'll start to move on to Moody's.
Yeah, I think that's all fair. We're trying to run multiple tracks. So the modeling that's being referenced here will be kind of the bulk of the presentation we'll bring to the rating agency as we're trying to get the indicative rating. And instead of incurring costs with all 3 of these companies, we're back channeling with them to discuss with them kind of what we're thinking in principle. So almost an indicative rate. That way we're not incurring that expense. And immediately finding out how Fitch's view, I think, is very helpful in that. So the modeling aspect of it, what we're doing is, again, we're presenting the entirety of the project to these rating agencies. And that's why we're having our conversations with Perry and Chris to make sure that we're in good shape there. So we'll be able to then present that at the next finance committee meeting and walk through everybody with that model.
Okay. The next item we talked about was the loan from the GO bond program. I actually asked them to go into this a little bit in detail, or to go over it, because when you read what is required of the GO, it is different than what Matt and Perry and Nikki are being told when they go to meetings. So, because based on what they're being told is we can get the money right now and use it for potentially easements and acquiring easements and other items, and actually help with paying off with engineering. According to the document, it says all it has to be fully, everything has to be ready. So there's a discrepancy there. What we came about was that, okay, well, we're gonna need to have another meeting with ARRD and Dickie, and we're gonna have to, and get Debbie and get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
So it's, what their document says is different than what, and I can tell you, Matt was actually texting Debbie during our meeting and was getting different than what their document says. So that is something we're just gonna have to follow up and get, a final ruling on.
And we're continuing those conversations. I mean, the problem is we talked with someone other than Debbie.
Yeah.
They gave us one, I mean, everybody's doing this, but we're gonna continue those conversations.
Okay, the next item was the current cash flow projection, and this was on there just, again, I know that, Rhonda just basically did a back of the envelope, but we're also asking Leanne to do that, and she's going to be getting updated numbers from, Matt on his engineering expenses and, Perry, and then everybody's else's expenses, just to show our cash flow to make sure we're covered. And then, okay, when our money does run out, if we get our easements like we hope we get our easements, where's the rest of the money gonna come from to continue to pay for this, okay? Anything you think that?
That's very fair.
Yeah, WIPIA, again, Perry, we talked about the WIPIA grant. Perry has got permission from this board, to submit the application, but again, that's $100,000 at this time. We're not sure, what our credit rating is. We'd like to know what our credit rating is. But Perry was going to go back and call and ask some other questions, because what we were wondering was, well, what if we didn't have a investment grade rating? Does that just mean we're out? We kick us to the side, or what was going to happen? So he was going to go ask some more questions and potentially go ahead and move forward with it. Go ahead, Barry.
Left in this today with the next person in the chain that we pushed down the hall to. I haven't heard back, but I also sent an email to everyone in my office that we're elevating her name to the level of judges in white. So if I'm on planet Earth, they're gonna find me when she calls back.
Okay. Good. That's where we're at. All right. During our WIPIA discussion, the Judge Brumley was there, and he actually brought to something that none of us were aware of, that just recently happened, that we have been submitted by Senator John Bozeman for the project purpose, construction of water infrastructure systems that will meet existing drinking water needs, remove reliance on wells, and on the Saline River, as well as establish system interconnectivity and serve drought mitigation purposes in the amount of $15 million. So it's been submitted, and we got that certification letter. It's been submitted. As you know, we still have those two. We have some potential issues that we still need to make sure, if we can get the BABA waiver, because it still will come from EPA. Then we can use the money, or can it be used for a whole separate project? Can we parse off the project and it not affect the whole rest of the project? So we have two outs, but this is still a work in progress. Anything else on that? The last thing well, I shouldn't say last thing on the agenda was the bond underwriter. And it basically came up that it was decided by legal, we don't need to do an RFQ, but we think it would be in our best interest to go ahead and do an RFQ for purposes that, hey, if anybody brings it up. So this is one of the things that I wanted to ask is, since it was done through committee and there was 3 board members on that committee, the committee recommended that we move forward with issuing an RFQ for an underwriter. Does that count as a motion and a second back, so we need to, once we go back in new business, we still need to add it to the agenda. That's a question.
Yeah, again, it was an idea, it was a suggestion by Stevens. I did just a trifling bit of research, and I don't believe it is absolutely necessary. But if you ever get accused of lack of transparency, at least you can say you publicly advertised the position and you're doing your best for the organization. So I drafted one, Leanne took a look at it, a little red ink here and there, and we have the final product that was distributed to the committee yesterday, and I believe you distributed it this morning
To the board.
Again, you don't need an RFQ. I think it would be advisable. I'm not even sure you need a board vote to tell me to publish the RFQ, but again, advisable.
Okay. All right, well, once we finish this up, we can take that up, I guess it's just added to the agenda, do it during new business.
I do have a question.
All right, go ahead,
On
sorry.
underwriters, what kind of companies in Arkansas are underwriters?
I only know of 3.
All right, with a project of this size, you may get some national firms, but I would think the most likely candidates would be Cruz and Associates, Cardi and Co., and Raymond James. And, whether or not those last 2 are Arkansas companies, I leave for your decision. But I think those would probably be the most likely 3 that you would see show up for this. Now, it could be, a project of this size, you could get a Goldman, a Bank of America, something like that, JP Morgan. I would highly doubt it, but that would be what you could look at. And again, this would be something we'll help, as your advisor in this capacity, we'll make sure that the scorecard is appropriate, and then you have a good, good understanding of what you're looking at so you can make the best decision for the body.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, other business,
Matt had a question.
okay, sorry.
Are you gonna try to have that published and then run through the financial committee, so at next month's board meeting, you can make a decision on underwriting?
We have to publish for at least 20 days. The Democrat Gazette takes publication for Sundays on Thursday. I was reminded yesterday, I don't yet have a board resolution, so.
No, they take up till noon tomorrow, you get some of this paper, you get all of it.
You do it? Okay.
Trust me, we get it all of it. So you can get in Sunday's paper by tomorrow within.
But we still gotta go 20 days. Our next meeting is June 16th. We can probably do the school board at our next finance meeting.
I do think, if that's the avenue you're going down, and I do think that that's a smart avenue to go down, the sooner you get an underwriter selected, I think the better. A lot of our modeling is making assumptions, on what we believe the bond issue will look like. That's not to say that the underwriter you hire will agree with our assumptions, and that could change the model. So if you have your underwriter in place, I think it would be more helpful when you're going through the indicative rating process.
Does it have to be 20 days?
Yeah, it has to be 20 days.
I didn't think it had to be that long.
Me neither.
Yeah, but I'm
You
not.
sounded very confident.
Yeah. There is,
We're just
I
doing-
can't say if it's federal or state, but the threshold I used to believe was 30 and I found it was 20.
I thought it was less.
I think it's 15.
Are you
That's
just,
what I thought.
that's 50, are you just advertising 2 Sundays or 1?
We advertised a job for bid for 15 days.
We only have
Little
two
jobs.
Just one advertisement, and then you have to let it cook for,
That's what I thought.
Whether
But,
it's 15 or
again-
20, it's gonna be a real stretch to try to come up with, here is our recommendation as a financial committee at our next board meeting on June
16th.
16th. That's
Yeah, I agree. I guess if we have to, we could then turn around. Once we get it, if you get it in tomorrow, we can then go from there as far as trying to do it as quickly. If we need to have the finance committee meeting sooner than that, maybe a quicker turnaround, June 16th and that's why it's a smaller group, so. Okay, any more questions?
so are we moving forward with the advertisement?
We'll take that up during new business since,
Okay.
I didn't know, because if it was a recommendation, I didn't know if we could vote on it now or from the committee. I thought of a recommendation from the committee, but that's, again, I was thinking a recommendation from the committee that had 3 board members. You already had the motion and the second, that could we go ahead and vote on it? And that's considered. But if you say that you would rather do it the other way, we'll do it the other way, and I'm good for it. I just, all right,
When we get to new business, that we
We'll- yes,
that
we'll do it that way.
What you're saying.
Are you good with that?
Yes.
Okay,
Good deal.
Yes, sir.
all right.
I'm about to get this going.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. And then, Ms. Leanne brought up a couple other items, with the grant company she's going to be talking with, and getting some information from. And then also, she said she had talked with the CAPD, but Brett had already met with them, and basically Brett was told that they could not help CRPWA, but could help the individual cities in some facets. So, with that, that is my report from them. Do you have anything else, Michael, or any other thoughts?
Anybody else got a question? Any more old business we don't know about, we forgot? If not, we're in new business. I entertain a motion to get Perry to proceed with an application for underwriter, RFQ.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I have a question.
Yes, sir?
So the only thing I saw in here, it was anticipates issuing up to 120 million. I want to make sure it's gonna be more than that, but do we even need to make that statement? But that's a ballpark. I want to make sure we're not limited or anything like that.
We can massage that language.
They're not going to object if it's 10 million more.
Or 100.
Just to be big.
That,
I just want to be limited. Anyway.
it's typical of a proposal as
Okay.
opposed to qualifications. I would think more with this turnaround, if you want to pare it down to more qualifications. Proposal takes a ton more analytical work, on the underwriter side. They want more time, to present their but just your qualifications, much different, format. So you could probably scrap that language. It would just depend on if you're going for a request for proposals or a request for qualifications.
Any more questions on the motion?
we're asking for an RFQ.
Right.
Yes.
Yes,
That's the motion.
Yes.
that's the motion.
And before we get to new business, I just did have
No, go ahead.
It's
We'll
just
hold
a
this,
couple
take a vote
pieces
after
left
you.
over on the floor. Our amended articles are being filed with the, first you send it to, the ANRC, then you send it on up to the Secretary of State. It's not like a normal corporation. That first transmission will occur tomorrow. The amended, contract, I don't have, Dickie, did you have I don't want to put you on the spot, I'm sorry to do so. Do you have, who would have the signed amended contract that was adopted as a, model template from last, month, our special meeting? Who has one with the signatures on?
Well, the only two that I have signatures on was the one I gave for, our attorney, our bond counsel, and the articles.
Right, but there was the amended water supply contract.
Yes, sir, I remember. I don't think that's signed. Did we sign that?
You went around and I signed something.
No, we
You
did.
you chased me down the other day.
Everybody signed.
Yeah, we all signed something.
signed it.
Again,
Yeah.
I don't mean to.
Y'all called me back in to sign it.
Yes, sir.
I probably dropped the ball on that.
No
We
problem.
have that. I don't have it with me, but we have it. I'll bring it Monday.
Similar question, you all voted to, retain, Stevens. Do you have that contract signed by any chance?
I have it. Yeah,
You give me-
Yes, I'll send you a copy.
we did that.
Lastly, Friday Elgin Parks contract was returned to me, thank you very much. It's been sent off to Friday Elgin Park, they're very happy to be on board as bond counsel. So we're pushing ahead on all those fronts.
Sure.
I'd like to call for a vote on the motion. Did we vote
No,
We did not.
no, not yet.
before we get where we're at?
We're going back into new business, so. Perry, what was that thing called you asked me? And I think I've got it.
The first was the amended contract template, which should have everybody here's signatures on it. And the second was the Friday Elgin Park, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Todd's got that. And the other one was the amended contract.
Water supplies.
Yes, I have that.
Can we vote on the motion that was,
Okay, was that the last one? So there was actually four, I'm counting the two I brought you.
Amended articles, Friday Elgin Park, amended contracts, and Stevens contract. You did, Todd got Stevens contract.
Todd got it, so that would be four. Yes, thank you. All right, we're back into new business.
All right.
Any more question on the motion? Bobby's motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right. Last thing that I know of, is disposal of documents for,
Yes. I asked to put this on the agenda. Bobby did a very excellent job of keeping track of all of the records from
Everything.
back.
everything. Yeah.
He was there. This organization did not become, I guess, affiliated, I don't know what the right word is, an organization of srpwa until 2014 with the state. So anything prior to that, and even at that time it's called SWA,
Yes.
is nothing. But we have all those records still. I am asking to dispose of them because they are not even part of this organization. And what I am also asking for is for me and Perry to come up with a record retention policy that is, will fit state law, but so that, like, cause we still have all the bank statements from 2014. I mean, he did an excellent job. I just don't think we still need the bank statements from 2014.
And like 3 bucks.
So, I'm asking for a permission to dispose of all those, and I have talked to Perry about this, and he said, yes, you can do that. And then allowing me and Perry to bring back to the board a record retention policy that then going forward, we will.
Good.
Yeah.
all right,
Okay.
Is there a set time you're supposed to keep the records in there?
There is some, on some stuff, yes. We will have to keep records for, like, minutes, I think you just keep forever. Yeah, minutes will be kept forever. I mean, we'll follow up, I don't know what the financial records are. I mean, I know what my home is, it's 7 years.
Yeah, it's the same self-serving purpose. You don't have a definite time, but 7 years would seem to be prudent.
Yeah,
Meeting recordings, minimum 2 years, we can go with 2 years, we can go with more than that. Communications as between board members is a minimum of 1 year. We can go longer than that if you want. I don't, we'll talk.
yeah, we'll talk and then,
Yeah.
sometimes,
I like shorter better.
Yeah, I think if you got
but
a
if y'all are
minimum,
good with it, if I
get
can
rid
get a
of them
motion.
at the minimum.
Yeah.
But we'll talk, bring that forward back, but if I can get a motion to dispose of those other records, I'd appreciate it.
So move.
So moved, Jason, you motion, yes?
I don't feel qualified in that one, but I'll vote for it.
Somebody second. Bobby, Bobby, second.
I saved them, I'll second
Thank you, Bobby. It's 2 boxes.
it. No,
You want that?
no, I don't want
You want the binder?
All in favor, say aye.
them. Them binders work well my life.
Thank you. Motion passed.
I can't second it or nothing because Tyler think I'm
Good.
trying to take his job.
All right.
Any public comment? Anybody would need to talk, speak? Boyd? You don't? Okay. You're public.
Hey, y'all want me, what time y'all want me to, 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
1:30.
1 o'clock, we'll make it 1:30. Yeah.
Hey,
1:30 is okay.
Hey, Dickie, tell
Sir,
him you're gonna meet up everywhere every time he's gonna buy you lunch.
Where are you buying lunch?
do that. Hey, good deal. Thank you. We need a motion.
All right. The next meeting is June 25th.
Yes, sir.
I can tell you, I will not be present at that meeting. Sean will have my proxy.
Okay.
But as long as the meetings are recorded, the person that does the minutes is good.
Yeah. Yep. Anybody else have a problem with 25th? Jackson, you good with 25th? Mayor?
Yes, sir, I'll be here.
All right, next meeting 25th, and the finance committee is the 16th, right?
Yep.
Almost. Yeah. Good. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We're adjourned. Thank you.